The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Tom Zappola and Mike Lamazzo.
Good morning, Mikey Boy.
Good morning, Salem, New Hampshire.
Peter Carboni, Haverhill Beef.
Good morning.
Mr. Haverhill Beef.
How are you?
Good.
Mike?
Hey, how you doing, Pete?
Good to see you.
Peter, can I get some free hot dogs sometime?
Sure. How many would you like? 2?
2 freaking hot dogs?
Well, it's whatever you want. Whatever you
They
want.
don't have to be in code, Peter.
You know, I still carry SM hot dogs.
Essems were great.
You all remember SM?
Who makes Essems now?
Their KM does. They were made in Lawrence, forever.
Then they went up to Portsmouth or someplace.
They went to Buffalo,
your
New
poor
York.
ears.
Yeah.
And now they're made, I believe they're made down in Lynn.
There was somebody who was making
It
them in around the Portsmouth area for a short period of
It
time.
looks like,
They
the
bought
board.
formula.
Is the board on fire there? Everything okay there? Chrissy,
Fine.
okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I was just making
Boy,
sure you
you're
could hear
smoking
something.
hot over there, girl.
Chrissy, hey,
You're gonna tell me twice, baby.
can we get her on camera?
You'd really need to.
We want to.
Come on, you're all decked out.
We want to
Fine,
show them
fine,
your
let's
beautiful
see.
sweater.
All right, give us
Your
a
Christmas
second.
sweater. There we go, David.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome. All right, listen. Name of the show is the Sicilian Corner. Peter Carboni from Haverhill Beef is in, but we started off every week by saying, remember, we are now members of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe / United Podcast, Videocast Podcast Network.
I like how
That's
he
a
just-
mouthful. How could you
Wow.
It's not. He just adds a whole bunch of words to it.
Combined, baby.
Studio 21.
Can you put that in a business card?
No, okay. We're broadcasting from the Studio 21
Continuation.
Studio 21 Podcast Cafe.
Yes.
And
You are
we're part of the United Podcast Network. And again, we ask every week, please, I'm begging you, please subscribe to us on YouTube. You don't even know what the hell YouTube is, so don't look at me like you're confused. Just follow me.
We like to say like, share, rate, and review, and subscribe.
Like, share,
Rate and
review,
review.
and subscribe.
So you can see this on YouTube?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah. Plus,
My father only knows what Netflix is.
Plus,
And
you
he
can
says,
go and
"Can I
tell
see
your
you on
father.
Netflix?"
Tell
And
your
I'm like,
father. Does he have Alexa?
No.
Oh, you have Alexa.
No.
What are you, Mikey Jr.?
What do I
My
need
son.
Alexa? What
My
do I
son.
need Alexa for?
You know what iHeartRadio is?
Yeah.
We're on iHeartRadio.
So I can say, Alexa, turn it on iHeartRadio?
No, you can say, Alexa, I want to listen to the Sicilian Corner.
Well, I just go clickety-click and
And then
make
she
it all
goes,
happen.
waffle.
Wow. That was a shot.
Zing.
All right, anyway, ouch. So we're really thrilled that we've expanded our footprint. Plus, we have stayed in a nice partnership with our good friends at WCAP, 980 on your AM dial, but you can listen to us there on TuneIn Radio.
And we would be remiss, because we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Pat Costa at
Absolutely.
WCCM. Terrific.
Pat
amount of
gave us
help
our
to
start
Bruce
21
Arnold, God
years
bless
ago.
his soul, when I first started in
was
this
the
business.
best.
21 years
He was
ago.
the best.
Oh, what a man.
love
what a
Bruce
gentleman.
Arnold.
What a gentleman.
Peter, can you believe we've been on the air 21 years?
22.
And
it was 22.
I love the
Schmuck.
new studio.
Pay attention.
No, it wasn't 22 because for 22 for me, you were out for a while, remember?
22 years.
Didn't we toss you
December
once?
4th.
We tossed you once, didn't we?
Toss this.
I thought we did.
You tossed me
We didn't?
in your dreams.
Oh, that was Ned.
Poor Ned Leone.
I didn't toss him.
Shame
20,
on you.
22 years and one of the top 25 most influential Italians in Massachusetts, right?
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
you
Right?
read that, huh?
You didn't know that, did you?
I
Did you
remember
know
that.
All right.
I like
That's a-
that.
I think that's
I didn't,
quite
quite,
honor.
I didn't quite hear what you said. What did you say?
One of the top 25 most influential Italians in Massachusetts.
I almost fell over when I saw that.
Well, wait a
That's
second.
awesome.
Why,
That's awesome.
why am I not on that list?
They don't like you. Well, how come when I was a judge on the talent show, what happened?
Okay.
Every week, Chrissy, how come you're doing the TV talent show and I'm not? How come every week I had to hear this? So one show I couldn't make. I said, Tommy, why don't you fill
That
in
was
for me?"
pretty funny. That
So
was
tell
funny.
them the story. Tell
So
them.
I go in, drive down to do this talent
Boston.
show.
This is in Boston.
In Boston.
The
Talent
House of
show,
Blues.
Right?
Ooh.
At the House of Blues, really cool talent show, right? And
Cameras
cameras all
everywhere.
over the place, and they focus on you when you're supposed to be talking. Well, I didn't like this guy. The camera broke.
What, like when it hit you, it just.
all they had was a picture of me.
They had a picture with his name on the bottom. I laughed so hard. Of course, he calls me up, says, "You did this on purpose. I know you did." I says, "How
But
could
see,
I do it?"
but so there is another announcement
It's
here,
an
though.
influential Italian thing.
There is another announcement here.
What's that?
And Chrissy asked me not to say anything, but I have been named in the top 10 influential Italians in Australia.
Was there an election? Or?
Chrissy, yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Yeah, he's
That's-
number 5, but you're still number 1, baby.
Oh, Mikey, by the way, hey, congratulations on losing the election.
Thank you. Boy, that was a strange. Oh my gosh,
Mikey, couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
that hurt.
Tough. Get over it.
I don't think I can.
Get
What election? What'd you run for?
No.
dog catcher.
I put my name in for the council at St. Alfio's again.
got
Okay.
smoked.
And I didn't call anybody.
Peter.
I didn't ask for you to vote
Peter,
for me.
he
I
got smoked.
There was a lot of campaigning going on.
Holy cow!
I
Are you
thought.
serious?
Oh yeah.
Well, let's put it this
so
way.
I felt that I stood on my merits.
Right.
What a freaking mistake that was.
Do you remember who was the guy?
60 years of service.
Huh?
60 years of service and everything.
Oh,
didn't
no.
I
count?
mean, they vote me out.
Who was the guy that ran for president? The guy with the big ears as an independent.
Perot.
Ross Perot. Right there. That was
Yeah.
Ross Perot.
Okay.
Got smoked.
You should see the house he has in Bermuda. I love that thing.
Really?
I made the mistake of turning around in his driveway. They almost shot me.
Right.
They really.
Right.
All kidding aside, Mikey, you. I'm going to say this.
Hey,
Listen,
to
shut
the-
your
to
mouth.
the
Let me
people-
talk. I'm
the-
talking.
To the people that beat me,
Congratulations.
salute.
I know that. And
you
you've,
know
you've
something,
been.
the less I have to do, the better I like it.
No, you did great, and I know you're going to continue on with us. And by the way,
Really?
don't be such a puss. No,
You know,
you'll be
let's,
fine.
let's give hats off to Tony Parmesan. Tony is president this year.
Great guy.
For the next 2 years. Tony's
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
Tony's be a terrific leader.
going to be a great president.
He shops at my store.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to be a great president. Tony's
and
going to do a
Joey
great.
Mariano.
Joey's a great kid.
Now, his grandfather, his father,
We're all
now
members.
him, and
Yeah.
his boy is getting close
Yeah.
to that age that he's going to be joined. So, you know something? We're lucky. A lot of organizations like that we have,
Yep.
fraternal organization, the numbers dwindle.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
we're
of
up-
them. It's been.
We're,
yeah.
we're over 165
Yeah,
people.
no, we're in good shape. Hey, by the way, a programming note for next week. Next week is Christmas Eve, next Friday, so we are going to be taping the Sicilian Corner on Tuesday, but it'll be airing on Friday. We have a special show. I'm just going to.
He's coming from miles.
He's coming from my. I was
able
able through Chrissy and some of the connections she had
from Australia.
Right.
Yeah.
We're able to contact the North Pole, but I didn't realize this.
He's not in the North Pole.
I know he's not. I didn't realize this. He was, but he's.
Did you look at the zip?
He's not there anymore.
I know, but the zip isn't the North Pole.
I agree. Anyway, Sal the Elf is going to be joining us.
What's his first name?
Salvatore. Sal the Elf is going to be joining us on Friday of next week. You know where he's living? Vegas.
Hey,
He's living in Vegas.
I wouldn't mind that.
He's flying in, and he's going to be with us for the entire hour next week. Sal the Elf, I'm telling you, he's got a lot on his he's going to get a lot.
Why
off
is he
of
so
his,
angry?
We're going to find out next week. All I know is that he's going
He
to
needs anger management classes.
he's going to get a lot off his chest. All right, can we talk with Peter here? Peter, first of all, let's talk about the beef tenderloin.
Yeah.
That I just ordered.
Just ordered one, yeah.
I ordered a beef tenderloin for Christmas Day. There's just
Can't go wrong.
There's just four
Four
of us.
people,
Now,
quick.
I'm
No
gonna,
fat.
Tell me if I'm doing this right. I'm cooking it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a nice cast iron pan, pot, whatever you call
So
it.
far, you're batting 1,000.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I put a
Are
little?
you going to put it on a rack, Tom?
No. Well, I'm going to ask you guys that. Should I put a little oil or something in the pot, in the pan? Just rub it.
Or rub the roast.
Rub
Either
the
one.
roast is what you
Rub
should
the
do.
roast.
Okay. Sear it
Kosher salt.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to put kosher salt on.
before I sear it.
Oh, yeah. and nice fresh ground pepper.
Like an hour before you sear it.
More.
And leave it on your counter for an hour.
All right.
Let it come to room temperature, Tom.
Sear it on 4 sides.
Yeah.
Sear it.
Yeah.
That's all. Just get it nice and brown.
Yeah.
Then in the oven.
Yep.
For how
Now,
long?
What do you think your temperature is going to be?
375.
Peter?
The oven temperature?
Yeah.
4 1/4.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. That's why
Well,
you're
that's
here.
why we're here.
All right, so 4 1/4. Now, how long? 4 pounds. How long?
If you do the sear part of it,
Yeah, I'm going to sear it.
I'm gonna say probably 35 to 45 minutes tops.
Figure 38, Tommy.
Now-
Put your thermometer. You got an instant read thermometer?
I do.
We happen to have one here
brought one
that we
for you.
offer. That we offer at Haverhill Beef.
Is that a gift?
That's
a gift.
I need that. I don't have one. I have one of those
This
old
is
ones.
yours.
I have one of the old ones that
And
you
that
stick
thing,
in.
that thing gives you a read within 3 seconds.
Not even. Quicker.
Can you
Yeah.
use this as a rectal thermometer also?
Why was I just thinking you were going to ask that question? Like I knew. The second he
You're
touched
getting,
that, he said,
just-
can
you're
I
getting
put
to
this?
know him too well.
In somebody's-
in the event that we have an illness and I have to substitute, can I use this? Yes or no?
On yourself, you can.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But clean it.
Yeah.
And don't put it back in the kitchen, please. Please, God.
Thank you very
No,
much.
so you can.
Wait a minute.
and
What do you do?
can-
You just stick it in?
You take
just
that
stick it
top
in.
off of it.
What top?
Take just that unscrews.
Oh, we're already having problems.
Lift it.
No, just
I'm
just
afraid
pull
for
it,
you.
pull it
Separate
apart
it.
like this.
This is difficult for him.
Well, the
so.
string. How do you get the string?
Oh, all right. I got it. And then you just
Just
pop
stick it
it
in the thickest part of your roast, Tommy, which on a tenderloin you can't miss.
Yeah.
Make sure you use
No,
the
but
skinny end.
the other,
Tommy,
you
use
can
the skinny
sear.
end.
You can sear like that,
Okay.
or you can just go straight into a preheated 420.
Boy, you guys are the ones that said if I sear it, that keeps the juices in.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
I'll do that.
But at that high of a temp in your oven, you're
It'll
creating a
crust.
sear.
It'll crust.
All right, another question. Why just salt and pepper? Can I get a little creative or not? Are you advising against that?
If you want to create a crust,
You want to
or
put some
something,
sage?
Here's
Got
what
the
I would
rubs.
use. If you want to get a crust, that is a great product that we make, and you can be liberal with it, and it's not too salty.
Okay, do I put this on before I sear it?
Look,
Yep.
put it on.
Rub it in, and then sear it in the oven.
Yep.
And this is called Haverhill Beef Ultimate Steak and Roast Rub. Look over there.
That's yours.
It's no, seriously.
So
that
far
is
you're making out like a
great
bandit.
product.
Oh,
Great
no, that's
product.
great. This is good. This is great.
You can use it for steaks, pork, chicken.
Awesome.
You can flavor olive oil with it. It actually.
I got to tell you something, Peter. And listen. You're a sponsor. You've been with us a long time.
15
but
years.
I'm going to.
15
Yeah.
years.
But I'm going to tell you. Every single time this summer that I bought stuff from you and I had people over,
Yeah.
raved about it.
Good.
Raved about your product,
And
especially
you-
the steaks, man.
And
the freaking steak.
didn't I throw you those spinach and feta
Yes,
chicken
you did.
sausages?
Yes, you
And
said to
you
try.
guys
I
loved
said they
them?
were unbelievable.
Yeah.
He threw in a couple of chicken and feta sausages. He says, try these.
Spinach and feta
Spinach.
chicken sausage.
They were delicious.
That we make.
Absolutely.
And everyone
You
does
still
love
make
them.
that Chinese stuff?
Yeah.
What do you mean
Oh, yeah.
Chinese stuff?
People love that stuff.
Wait, what is it? Ribs?
We
Oh,
do a
sausage.
boneless Chinese rib. We do a Oriental sausage. We
It's-
do Oriental steak
With
tips.
use aso sauce or?
No, we make the marinade. I have a
Aso, very fine
buy
Chinese rock and
powders,
roll.
and it's basically, and it is like an aso sauce, which is aso sauce is basically garlic, sugar, and
That's it.
I love that.
red food coloring.
What do you think they use
You
at
know.
the China Blossom? That's what they all use.
That's what they all use.
aso sauce.
But I have mine made.
What is
We
it?
have a certain recipe
Aso.
for ours.
Not a hole. Aso.
Ah.
Right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Why you keep calling him an asshole?
I have no
It's
idea.
uncalled
No,
for.
but we put it
I
on
don't
chicken. We have customers
I
that
got your back.
call us in advance, especially the Oriental wings. We use it as a marinade on the wings. Come the holidays, I mean, I already have 50, 60 pounds pre-ordered
kidding
of
me.
Oriental wings for this upcoming week.
By the way, and a second break, we're going to get into some specifics about, there are people here that are, that they're really not as talented as I am as a cook.
Yeah.
So there are some questions that I'm sure need to be asked.
Sure.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Relative to, other types of roasts, prime ribs,
Yep.
things like that. We want to talk.
Totally hit all
I
that.
know Mike has a little experience in the meat industry also.
Yeah.
Because you were a bagger at Demoulas. I know that.
Wow.
And
Career bagger.
career bagger at Demoulas.
I retired from
He
that.
and Kurt Warner. He and Kurt Warner.
Right, exactly. And something was funny because
where I met-
they called Kurt to participate in the Super Bowl, and they took Mike and asked Mike to become the meat manager. So
Right.
at the same time.
Same thing.
Right.
Same
So
thing
anyway.
happened. I want to, Peter, make sure you give a shout out to Monica. I know she's in the car.
Where are you,
she
Monica?
might be listening to us.
Monica, if you're listening, come on up.
If you're
Don't-
in the car, you can listen
Just walk
to us
in,
on
come upstairs.
980 a.m.
Yeah.
980
And she's bringing your order over because I forgot that because I had such a crazy morning.
Monica, we want you to come up and sit
That's why
down on the
she's-
couch
that's why
here and
she's
watch
coming.
her.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got a question about that.
I got my roast coming. I
let's-
got my
His is
roast.
coming. He's got a whole bunch of
So
stuff.
let's talk about what you ordered.
That's how Mike likes his steaks.
Let's hear about what he ordered.
Well, actually, you
That's
gave
what
me
he gets.
you gave me one like that this summer. That was
Cowboy steak.
I'm going to buy them like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy them.
That's
like
the best
that.
way to.
Cowboy steak
best way
was
to do it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Haverhill Beef, Chrissy?
I'm not, but I'm going to head around there.
I'm not
real
kidding.
Soon.
It's fabulous.
Let me
It really
know when
is.
you're coming. We'll get my number just so I.
It's really. I mean, if you
Yeah.
are you a meat eater?
I'm Australian.
She's
That's
Australian.
almost insulting that you
Yeah.
just asked me
Good
that.
point. Good point.
She's a vegan.
I'm telling you, his meat, his quality.
Yeah.
Chairman's Reserve.
I'm already drooling. I'm all about
Chairman's
yeah.
Reserve.
That's
I want
our.
good quality
That's,
meat.
about a
that's
cop.
our shtick is freshness and quality. I don't. We don't. We kind of don't mess around with what we buy. And that's
No,
what
I definitely
think
am.
sets us apart.
By what's the kid's name, by the way? That what's his name?
Which one?
Throw some names out. Gave me great advice. Josh, not Josh.
Josh could be Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Connor. Josh will talk
Josh.
you. Talk you.
Josh
off.
was great the other day.
He is great.
I'm
I
telling
love
you.
that guy. I love that guy.
I talked to
He's
him the other
awesome.
day because I bought some.
That's important.
What the hell did I buy?
Oh,
I bought
everyone
something.
loves him. He's.
I don't know. I
he's
picked up
awesome.
something. I can't remember. Ellen and I had it for dinner. What the hell do we eat? I called it in the order to you. What did I order? Do you remember?
Like he's going to remember you. You know
Yeah,
how many
right.
counts he has? Oh, yeah.
Anyways, Josh told me exactly how to cook it.
Yeah.
It was a quick meal.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell.
Josh
it
is good. Josh worked for me when he was like 18 too.
Really?
16,
Good
18.
kid.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah. Wow.
Shout out to
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
But listen, before we take a break, what do you have coming in today for the order from Peter?
I just, something, given what's going on with the COVID and all that, we're a small group. So I just got a 4-pound boneless Del. You talk about
Got
Wait a
a
minute.
boneless ribeye.
How thick?
Yeah.
He got a 4-pounder as a
4-pounder.
roast.
Oh.
And then he got 6 Delmonico boneless ribeye steaks.
All right, so the thick one that you got, is that to feed 4 people?
yeah,
It's a
how
roast.
Do you,
It's a roast.
Oh, it's a steak.
He got a roast.
it's a roast.
But it's a steak. It's
It's
a
a roast. The steak is a.
And
if
then
you get
in
a
addition
ribeye,
to
you
the
make
roast,
steaks, and you can make a roast.
He got a 5-pound roast that's
Oh,
about that
5-pounder.
big.
It went up a little bit.
It went up a pound.
I'm proud of you, Grasshopper. You learned everything.
I've never had.
He asked for 4 and I gave him 5. I was just trying to help him
Matt,
out.
excuse me. It's a little over 4 pounds, and then you hear him mumble, 4 pounds, 15 ounces.
right.
Wait a second. So you cook that differently than the steak, then?
He'll cook it similar to like you're doing your tenderloin.
So you can't cook a roast. Can you slow cook? Can you slow cook a 4 or 5 pound roast in the summertime
On the
at a
grill.
low heat
Yeah,
on the
I
grill?
put it in my rotisserie. Yeah,
yeah,
of
you
course.
can. But
It's not. I don't.
that's not the way. We can either talk about it now or later. But so we talked about how you're going to cook your tenderloin roast.
Yeah.
Now the boneless ribeye is totally different.
Exactly.
It's a wider, fatter, bigger face, bigger diameter piece of meat, and it's totally different how you cook it.
That's just a steak, though. The boneless ribeye, right?
No, it's a roast. A steak is an individual unit. He got 6 steaks as well.
And how thick
All
are those?
Inch and a half.
Okay, inch and a half.
So now take those steaks, flip them sideways.
And you have a
Imagine
roast.
them all
Push them
stuck
together.
And you have a
together,
roast.
and
There you
they're
go.
a roast.
There you
get
go.
it?
So it's the
Good
same.
point,
It's
good
the
point.
same
I got it. I know me.
constitution. All right, listen. We're going to take an early break now because we got a lot to talk about relative to.
And
advice.
Monica, if you're downstairs,
Yeah, Monica,
come on up.
Come on
And we'll
up.
talk about the best way to cook a boneless prime rib roast.
That's everybody
And
buys
it's,
one.
It's easy. I've done it a million times. I swear by it.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Peter Carboni, owner of Haverhill Beef, is in the house. Ultimate steak and roast rub.
That's
something.
great product.
I better not.
Before
I
we
better not ask.
before we forget, I want you to let's bring up the marching band that was playing the other day.
Now?
No. Later
Oh,
on.
okay, you got it. Actually, that was
I
very
never
funny.
thought it was possible.
That was very funny. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Hang in there. We will be right back.
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State Inspection Station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. Before we get into the specifics on the roast.
Yeah, this is a good time of year to be talking about it. So,
tell me about the marching band.
Tom, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Tell me about it.
The weather was so nice this week. Barbara and I decided to take off for three days.
Which he does, by the way, every week, Peter. Don't say, every week you're gone.
So anyway, we ended up down.
Do you have COVID?
No.
Okay.
We ended up down in Essex, Connecticut. We stayed at this place called the Griswold. It's the oldest inn in the United States. Started taking in people in 1776.
First of all, that's not true, but that's okay. We'll let that go. The one in Sudbury is older.
Continuously.
The one in Sudbury that I stayed at is older.
Bite me. Continuously.
That's very rude.
That's the key word.
All right.
All right, continue. Anyway, so we're upstairs. Our suite was over the old chocolate shop underneath me. The smell of the chocolate was driving me freaking bananas. All of a sudden, well, first of all, it's Monday night. Monday night now. What do you do on Monday night usually?
That depends.
You watch TV?
No, I don't really watch TV.
You don't watch? No. Monday night.
Wait, so what do you do?
What do you do?
Go to bed. I come home and I go to bed.
All right. So anyway, Monday night after dinner, right? What do they have? They have a tavern and they play shanty music.
All right, that's fine.
All sing along shanty music.
It's called Irish music.
No, it's called shanty music. That's what they call it.
So that's a little.
So
that's a little
bit
racist.
different for me. It's a little bit out of my circle.
Yeah.
That's okay. So now we go back. We walk across the courtyard. We go up to our room. All of a sudden, I'm hearing a drum, like marching. What the hell is this? I open up the window, and it's a 20-piece marching band coming down
At
Main.
night?
Huh?
At night?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Main Street in Connecticut.
Totally normal.
Walking down 20 pieces, and they're playing Christmas carols. I never thought possible that a marching band could play carols.
So let me ask you a question. Do they do this every night?
No.
One time?
This is one time. And the owner of the Griswold.
Was it like a high school band, or was it like a professional band?
I couldn't tell, Tommy. I had a good view looking down, but I didn't know.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, but playing Christmas, I would never think that a marching band.
Why? What are you talking about? When you go to a Santa parade, what do you think they're playing? This is Italian Sicilian music?
Kumbaya.
Okay.
Not playing. But anyway, it was.
No, that's good.
It was really extremely, extremely different. And then yesterday on the way
Pretty
home.
cool.
You listening to me, Peter?
Ellen? Yeah.
What do you think of the
You could fire one up.
Miss America contest, the beauty contest?
They still have it?
Yes, last night.
Yeah, they had it last night at Mohegan.
Okay.
I think it should be a beauty contest myself. Yeah. I think it should have stayed.
Hold on. You're going down the wrong
I'm
path.
Not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are. You're going down the wrong
What
path.
started in Atlantic City?
Times have changed. There are so many women out there that.
And I'm not talking about phony boobs either. They should be out.
Can you help me here? Can you please help me?
They should be ruled out.
What do you? Don't look at the girl for
There is beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
All right. I mean, I think they should be able to communicate.
What does that mean?
I mean, they should be well versed. But
so what is it like a talent show now?
The emphasis right now is their communication skills.
That's what it should be.
Oh, shit.
Right. What are they?
Can you help me here?
No, I agree with him. Don't look at me.
Obligations.
It's a beauty.
Oh yeah, I'm the worst feminist you'll ever meet.
I mean, you look at these girls.
David, help me here.
They're
If you're doing a beauty
17
contest,
to
it should be a
25.
There should be no beauty contest that exists. Zero. They should be based on personality, talent, intelligence.
Oh, talent.
Correct.
Beautiful soul contest.
We already have
Exactly.
1,000 of those shows.
Marie,
I'll tell you what, I know some dynamite-looking chicks that are dumber than a rock.
So what's your point?
Point is that you don't have to be like a
So then
Giselle Butson.
It started
Right.
off.
So now you're cutting their legs off. Now they can't
So
do a talent show. They got no
going down the
talent,
wrong
but if they're
road.
beautiful,
You know
let them be in a beauty contest. If that's all they've got.
I think you should have.
Help me here.
I think it should be balanced.
You're on an island, brother.
Just because Mary Alice can play the harmonica better than Ruthie, should she win?
Let's move on.
Good idea.
I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Good move.
Here. Let's move on.
Let's talk
Do you know how to cook a boneless prime rib roast?
Why don't you tell us?
That
The
was my
best
talent
way
at
to
Miss
cook it.
America.
Excuse me. Is it unbearably hot in here? Or is it me?
It just got hot.
Okay. Tell us about.
So,
change.
no, we talked about, cooking a tenderloin, kind of doing it in a 425-degree oven. And, he wants to pan sear it, which is fine. That's good and everything. But a boneless prime rib is a totally different diameter, size of a face, just
Flavor.
different piece of meat,
Flavor.
flavor, more fat,
Okay.
less,
Flavor.
less lean. So the best way to do it, and I've tried I've cooked hundreds of them, and the best way that I found to do it, and we always talk about preheating your oven.
Yes.
And everyone's oven has a little light or whatever, and it tells you, whatever, when that light goes off, it's preheated. Preheated means it's got to go off. Don't say, oh, well, I'm close, I'll stick it in. Make sure that sucker is as preheated as preheated
The temp is there.
gets.
Okay.
With a boneless prime rib, what we suggest people do is stick it into a 500-degree oven. And after 15 minutes,
That's it.
turn it down to 3 1/4, and then time it for 15 minutes a pound. And that is a surefire way of cooking a prime rib.
100%.
That's how you do it.
Do you cook
Yeah.
prime ribs?
I've never cooked a prime rib.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
You know,
Ellen
the
has.
tenderloin, for people of a certain age that don't have any teeth, it's a wonderful, wonderful roast.
It
It
is.
really is. But it has no flavor whatsoever.
Like-
but it is tender as can be.
It's easy
A
to
rib
eat.
roast, now you're talking the marbling, you're talking the grain.
Flavor.
I mean, you sit back and you're in a different plateau. You're in a different world altogether.
Chrissy, in Australia, is the meat of choice beef or lamb?
Ooh, beef. It's still beef, but lamb is way up there for us.
I'm a big
we
lamb
eat,
guy.
We
I
eat
love
way
lamb.
more lamb than you
I'm a
guys
big
do
lamb
here.
guy.
So we carry.
I just wanted to tell Chrissy, I don't know if you're aware of this, but back in the 75, 76,
I was around.
I was, you were just a baby.
I wasn't
was
even
on
a
the
baby.
New Zealand Lamb Council. You remember?
I do remember that.
You're all over
I
the
was
place.
honored by that. That
But
was
it's a
quite-
different country. It's a different.
I understand.
New Zealand is not Australia.
It's close.
know, it's
We're neighbors. We're
it's
fine.
similar.
Yeah, but the Australian.
in many ways.
I mean,
We're
that's
talking-
like
Australian lamb
New
tastes better
Zealand
than the
lamb.
New Zealand
I
lamb.
don't. That's like me saying I was chosen as the
Really? I think
Italian
so.
person of the year in New Zealand, when in fact it was Australia. Two different continents.
Anyway.
They
I
didn't have
carry-
the Australian
I
lamb
carry
council.
the
You carry
Australian.
lamb?
I carry all the lamb I carry is American, with the exception of Frenched lamb racks.
Explain what a French rack lamb is.
And those are
People
from
like Tom.
Australia?
They're from Australia,
But they're French.
but they're It's a Frenched rack.
I will be
it's
coming
a,
to see you
So
definitely then.
what I buy, it's about a 30 to 32 ounce rack of lamb, not a lamb roast, where it has the rib meat and everything. This is just the center of the eye of the rib. But the Australian ones are a little bigger than all the American ones.
They
So when
definitely
when I say it's a 32 ounce rack, that's almost. It's 2 pounds. It's a 2 pound rack. All the American racks are like 22 ounces, 20 ounces.
Is
And
there a
it-
difference in the meat taste
well,
texture?
when
Little
we
game,
started
yeah.
talking about, but with the rib, and a lot of time you're using a rosemary basil thyme or something
Yeah.
with lamb. So, but I think a lot of Americans used to think Australian lamb is gamey, and I feel that way about New Zealand lamb more so than Australian lamb. The New Zealand lamb is gamier than the Australian lamb. But the Australian lamb racks, and I've cooked those a bunch of times, I wouldn't call it gamey, but it's also not a huge piece of meat. It's the marbledy, nice grain structure piece of meat. And it's like a 2-bite, 3-bite piece. Whereas the American ones, it's almost like 1 bite and that's it.
Yeah, there's a reason you guys call them lollipops.
Lollipops.
here.
Lollipops.
This is one, but back
Lollipop
home,
chops.
no, they're big. They're much bigger.
Yeah. What about like a really good, like we used to get at Bishop's, a lamb chop? What are those?
Those are kidney.
Oh, okay.
Lamb loin,
there's-
loin chop.
Monica, sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Monica.
No. Sit down and watch the show. You do?
She's a busy woman. So
Wow.
All right.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. So that's a kidney.
Kidney lamb chop. And they would cut them, most of them would be double thick.
Because I love those.
Oh,
Now,
which-
Bishops.
We have two
and the
different
Phoenician,
lamb chops
The Phoenician
back
does a
home.
nice job.
Yeah.
yes. What do you have?
So we have a lamb chop. Like there's two different ones. So I was curious what you guys call them here. So there's one, the best one, which actually looks like an itty bitty little T-bone steak.
That's it.
That's the kidney.
That's
chop.
what you guys call
That's
a
called
kidney.
the lamb
Okay.
loin chop.
That's the best one. We also have like a barbecue chop, which is it's a lot skinnier, but it's a very long, wide, and it has a lot more bone in it. And I haven't seen those here.
Off
But
the rib.
So the
You
kidney
don't see
chop,
those here, yeah.
Mikey, the kidney chop, Bishop's used to have a great one, and Phoenician has
does
a
a
great
nice
one.
job,
Yeah,
too.
I've gotten them there.
Yeah,
They're
that's
very,
the porter. It's the porterhouse of lamb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you can promote.
Now,
it.
did you say, though, like the Australian lamb versus the American lamb, is the American lamb like a little, the taste is different?
Plainer.
It is, okay.
Yes.
I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to offend anyone.
No, it is.
I find the lamb that comes here, I'm like, where's the flavor
It's-
gone?
it's definitely
I didn't
plainer.
understand what gamey. I didn't understand what people meant by gamey until I came here and then tried your lamb versus ours. I'm like, oh, is that what you register as gamey? I register that as delicious and sweet and full of flavor.
Good
And
to
they're like,
know.
no, that's gamey. I'm like, oh.
So, and that's why I think Americans flavor lamb so much, using strong
Because
herbs
you were saying,
like
like, well, the-
rosemary, basil, thyme.
Salt and pepper, leave it alone.
Really?
Let it salt and pepper and eat a
Right.
good bit of lamb. It's so.
You see, I've never
lamb
had
to me
what's-
is sweet.
And you know what's going
Simple is better.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to affect how, whether it's gamey, how it's tastes, whether it has flavor, how it's fed, what it's eating.
Yeah.
That's what's going to dictate. You know how. Same thing with a cow.
Well, Chris, you know what's interesting? And, now that we're talking about it, which I'm sure they don't use in Australia, but a lot of people use here to go with their lamb, is mint jelly.
Oh, yes, we do use it in Australia.
You
I
do?
think, I'm pretty sure you may find
never got
that,
that.
Britain and Australia may have done
never-
it before America.
You don't
Don't
like-
quote me on it.
No.
But
Really?
No, I think so.
Mint jelly of lamb.
I like it.
I like mint jelly.
So do I.
I'll
I
actually-
enjoy it.
I have
can't-
mine shipped over from Australia so that I get the air quotes,
The real one?
the real stuff.
The real deal.
Oh yeah, I've got some in my cupboard at home.
See, I like it. I really do.
I do, too.
Obviously,
I'm not a
you're a
mint jelly
purist.
guy.
You're
Yeah,
a
I'm a
purist.
purist.
You're a
Mint
purist.
Get a
jelly?
piece of lamb, just put it right.
I totally agree with you. We have mint jelly all the time.
And then
in
your
our fridge.
lamb tastes like mint jelly.
No,
No,
not-
you don't.
I only
You
use
don't
it on a
saturate
roast.
it.
On a roast lamb. On
Oh,
some
you
nut
do?
jelly.
Give it a little bit.
I don't.
But you don't cover it. You just lightly.
No, like you dip after.
You dip
put
it.
the jelly on
Yeah,
the side
same
if you
thing.
want a little bit.
Yeah, I don't put a lot on.
You want to blow your mind,
Are
though?
we,
Take your rib rack, cut it into like the actual
Chops.
lollipop,
Yeah.
smash it out a little bit, bread it, crumb it, and fry it. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
what the choice for Christmas dinner is. Would it be roast? It'd be beef, I would
Yeah,
think.
what do
Prime
you sell?
rib and tenderloin is what
Is that
I
what
sell
you-
the
is that what
most
you
of.
sell the most
I
of?
used to sell a lot of top sirloin. It's a cheaper cut of meat. It's a piece from the hip.
Yep.
It'd be like a nice roast beef that you would slice thin. And I don't know, the last 2 years, everybody has switched to either just ribeye or tenderloin.
The biggest problem people are having this year is prices.
Yeah.
And on your side of the table, I can't even imagine. I mean, because they're up here, they come down a little bit, shoot
Yeah.
back up again.
Yeah.
Where do you see the price of beef going, say, in the next 6 to 9 months?
So
What
a
do you-
lot
what's your-
of the one thing I didn't get is there started to be some relief from all the beef prices, and there were two cuts of meat that there was never any relief.
Really?
The prices they came down a little bit, but not like everything else.
Keep in mind now, an animal has X amount of cuts, right?
Right.
So if you're going to get a rib, you've got to have everything that goes along with it on the carcass, right?
Right.
So what were those two cuts?
The tenderloin and the ribeye.
That's by design.
It is by design. I know it, and we say that's by design.
You and I both know that.
Because they can get it for that. They know the holidays come. They know Americans. That's what they buy. Why come down? At one point,
you look in February, it'll be down $1.50 a pound from where it is right now.
And at one point, and let's say the middle of the summer, I was paying $22 a pound for untouched tenderloin.
It's scary.
And hold on, what are you
Scary.
paying now?
Tommy, yours?
I'm
paying
before I touch it.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
For
Yeah.
you, we got a special price.
No, seriously.
He's charging you $39.99 a pound for you.
Thank you.
That's it.
You're paying 20. You were paying 22, and what are you paying now?
I'm just under 20.
Wow.
Where it should be, I
big-
should be paying about 15 or 14
Wow.
or 13
On a
or
normal-
12 or 11.
Before we take a break, I've mentioned this to you before. An old Sicilian recipe, and it's very simple. We had some the other night. Ellen loves it. We call it in Sicily meat with mudica. And all you do is you take, it's delicious. You just take a couple of thin New York sirloins, thin ones, right? You dip them in olive oil, cover them in olive oil, and you dip them in pastini breadcrumbs. Cover it in breadcrumbs. Throw it in the broiler.
Melise does a dish like that still.
Pastini
Still.
breadcrumbs.
Huh?
My father still buys pastini olive oil. He keeps the 3-liter metal tin.
This is the breadcrumbs,
Honest to
though.
God.
I use the breadcrumbs. We use the good olive oil, but I'm telling you, Mike, you would love it.
Really?
You would absolutely love
See,
it.
I think, in my opinion, I like a steak that speaks for itself. I like it pure. I like it.
And I agree with
So
you.
I'll make a little bit of garlic butter.
Yeah.
And, like on that, say the
Yeah.
rib roast. And I'll keep spooning it on while it's cooking, not all the time.
Right.
But the last hour,
Yeah.
I'll
Let it melt on there and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to take a break. Are we going to post a phone number?
We're going to take questions from our online audience, I think, today. We're gonna do that.
So if you have any questions, please ask David. Go onto Facebook, ask the questions. Either Peter or Roger, whoever asks questions.
Roger won't be able to join us today.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have any questions, ask, and we'll get them answered for you. Peter Carbone's in the house. Hang in there. We got some other stuff I want to talk about ham. I want to talk about a baked ham, too. Do you mind?
There's a ham shortage coming on, too.
I knew that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, you did.
We'll be right back.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carbone's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Thanks, man.
Okay, we are back. Did I just see you exchange money?
Yeah, I want to pay him for my order.
You owe me money.
For what?
The thing I brought you.
The thing? David,
Were
what
we talking
exactly
about
is
that before the show?
What exactly is the thing? The thing.
Hey, listen, let's talk about some of the... before we talk about some of these utensils, because this is your kit.
Those are the tools of the trade, let's say.
So you have a knife.
It's a chef's knife.
You have another knife.
A boning knife.
Mikey?
It's the scimitar or your cutting knife.
Steak knife.
Wait a minute. Steak knife. Not for to eat it. Not
See, that's what we cut roast with. We
Okay.
cut steaks with.
This
Once
to
you
me
learn
is-
that knife,
This to me is perfect. I got a great grip on this. I have my steak knives. When I went to work for Demoulas, the Market Basket, 1967, I still have my knives in my case. I used to go from store to store.
Do you use them?
I do them for the holidays or whenever I'm having roast beef.
And what is this thing? A chop?
the cleaver.
Is that to chop bone?
If you need to get through some bone, you can do it with that. Yeah.
Most of the guys wouldn't know how to use this. Just like they wouldn't know how, if you brought a whole hindquarter or forequarter into a building, they'd look at you like you had
So
four
what would
hands.
of those four utensils? What would Hannibal Lecter use? What would be his knife of
Knowing
choice?
Hannibal the way I do,
Yeah.
I think he'd probably use this.
He would.
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
Yeah, he'd fill it. For sure.
The bottom line
Fillet,
is this though.
fillet,
So the scimitar,
Australian.
Nice and thin.
Mike calls it a steak knife. If you learn how to use this, you don't
need anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Once you get good at it with a knife like this, I can dice onions.
Peter, do you wear any kind of a protective when you're cutting, like gloves? Like when I fish, I have those gloves that you can't.
I can't have a glove on my right hand.
Really?
I cannot. I need to.
You need to have. Yeah.
I need
to feel it.
You need to feel it.
Wearing a metal glove,
it's just not the same.
Yeah, got to be very careful.
And I haven't cut myself in years.
And we have.
We
here-
talked about those already.
Yeah. So these are the digital Insta-read thermometers.
Now, do you sell these at the store?
We sell these at the store.
Okay.
These are great.
They're
What's something
awesome
like this
product.
retail for?
$19.99.
Okay.
And you should have it forever if you take care of it.
And there's a battery that has to be changed, or
No, these. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, there is a battery.
there has to be a.
But the
small-
battery's already in here.
They last forever.
Is there a battery in here right
Yeah,
out
and
there?
it lasts. I have one.
Yeah.
that-
So if you pull that strip right there,
yeah.
A battery's in
it's
there.
just one of those little circular.
Wow, this is like Christmas time.
Very
Getting
cool,
all
Peter.
this-
Thank you.
All this good. David, what do you got?
Peter, we have a question. Do you sell more beef, sausage, or lamb around the holidays?
Beef.
Beef.
Hands down.
Easily.
And it's funny. I don't know if it's just an American thing, but Thanksgiving we sell a lot less turkey and more beef at Thanksgiving.
Do you really?
Yeah. We still sell a lot of turkeys, don't get me wrong. But there are a lot of people that are like, I don't want turkey. I don't want to do that. Let's just do a nice tenderloin.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
Easter time,
Hams.
there are more and more people getting a beef roast instead of a boneless lamb leg or a ham.
Really?
Because they want it. They're familiar with it. They know everybody will eat it. You're not going to have those, I don't eat lamb or I don't eat this, I don't eat that.
Interesting.
Everyone eats beef, right?
Yeah, a lot of people do. What about hams? Baked hams. I mean, I'm a big ham guy. I love ham. Is there any special way? I mean, we've cooked it all the time. Is there any little tips you can give to get a really great quality baked ham?
So all the hams that we sell are already cured and already cooked.
So
Not
you just
many
have to throw
people.
it in an oven.
Only Italian people buy fresh hams, right? Yeah. So really, nobody buys literally a fresh ham,
Right.
a raw ham.
So you
no
just
one
have
does
to.
that.
So basically, you just
So
throw
you're
it in the
buying
oven.
you're buying a brand and a label, and you're heating it up in the oven. Now, one of my grandmother or one of my mother's aunts from the Scottish side, this is how they used to reheat their hams. And I tell customers this, and they all incredulously look at me.
What's that word?
Incredulously.
It's way over your head.
It's
way
a big
over,
one.
way over your head. Way over your
So
head.
anyhow,
Holy
so you
chaboli.
take the ham out of the cryovac package, a brown paper bag. You put the ham in a brown paper bag, roll up the brown paper bag like a shopping bag.
Yeah.
And you stick that sucker right in the oven and heat it up like that.
How come the paper doesn't catch on fire?
Right. So this is what everybody says.
Parchment
Why
paper.
doesn't the
Oh, it's
paper
parchment.
catch
It's
on
gonna
fire?
be parchment.
Well, your oven isn't a direct heat source. It's an indirect heat source. But also, all the moisture from that ham
Stays in it.
And the bags, you'll see the bags start
Wait a
getting
second.
dark.
Hold on.
Getting
So you're
wet
telling me
in
when
the
I
oven.
buy a ham to put it in a bag and throw it in the oven?
Yeah, heat it up like that.
Really?
It holds the juices in too.
Yeah.
It's somewhat porous. It lets some water escape, but not all of it.
Now, you got to remember on a ham, you should explain to people, they have the butt half and they have the shank half. The shank half will be a lot less, like 20 or 30 cents a pound cheaper, correct?
They're all the same price now.
Wow.
No way.
They're all the same.
So people are getting screwed by the shank because there's less meat to it.
I was going to say, what's the difference? There's less meat
Yeah,
on
the
the
butt
shank.
half has more meat.
Yeah.
Truthfully, my choice of ham,
Skinless, shankless?
no.
What?
I buy a boneless.
Oh, yeah?
I'll get a boneless Cure 81 ham.
Yeah.
I put it in a slicer. I slice it all the way through, probably maybe almost a quarter of an inch
and then
thick.
what do you tie it
Then I
back
tie
up?
it.
Okay.
Then I put my raisin sauce over it with some pineapples. I toss it in the oven.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting at the dining room table. I cut 2 strings. The ham just layers right
Very
down.
nice. Mikey
It is
boy.
beautiful.
That's old school.
And you put it, that's old school.
I have people. I do have a couple people that want me to. They buy a boneless ham and say, "Now I want you to slice it and tie it back up."
Do you do it?
Yeah.
I did it at the Willis
Not
all
many
the time.
people ask. But
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
and it won't dry out for you because you're cooking it at a low heat. Plus the fact you got a raisin sauce over it with some nice pineapple. It is so impressive when you bring it to your table, and you
Just the presentation.
You introduce
the
it.
smell.
Oh,
The smell's
Jesus,
unreal.
Mary and Joseph.
You introduce
It's a
it.
beautiful
This
thing.
is
All right, let's
Larry.
talk about some of these wonderful rubs. Now, you have your own line of rubs.
Correct.
This is the Havel Beef Company Smokehouse Barbecue Seasoning. Mikey, what do we have over there?
This is the same as what you have. This is a prime rib.
That's a prime rib rub. That's a ultra fine powder.
Exactly.
That's ultra fine, whereas that's pretty coarse. Now this, what were we talking? Were we talking barbecue before the
Yeah.
show and everything?
Yeah.
Pit
So,
Life Barbecue, one of the other shows we do here.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and so I married a girl from Oklahoma. I lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, from 89 to 93, 94 or
Okay.
something. That's
Is that where Monica's from?
That's where she's from. We met at the University of Tulsa. So I got into barbecue in the early 90s, where up in this part of the country, barbecue was a gas grill, hamburgers, and hot dogs.
Correct.
Let's have a barbecue. Okay, who's getting the hamburgers? Okay.
And
Well, in the rest of the
Tulsa,
country,
it's a religion.
the rest of the country, are we using hickory or mesquite? Who's got the smoker? Are we doing a 10-hour smoke? Are we doing a 16-hour smoke? Are we doing? So you got into that.
mouth is-
So flavors like you always hear Texas, Memphis, Carolina, Kansas
Yeah,
City, these
yeah.
different styles. This is a great all-purpose, whether it's a pork chop, whether you're doing pulled pork, whether you're doing brisket. You can use this as a rub. You can use it as a seasoning before the fact to coat something, after the fact. But it's that traditional Texas style.
Nothing
little
like good
sweet,
barbecue.
Little smoky.
Or smoky.
Just a great rub.
My
to
kids
use.
bought me a magnificent
You got
smoker.
a pellet smoker, right?
Well, no, that's the oven. That's the pizza oven.
Okay.
But they bought me a master-built smoker.
Okay.
It's like 5 racks that I keep. It's on my deck.
You've used it?
I've used it 5-6 times.
Nice.
I use it about 4 times
David,
a summer.
have you had anything from it?
I've not. Have you,
What
Michael?
fuels it?
No, I haven't.
Interesting.
Propane.
Chrissy, have you?
Okay, so
No.
it's a gas smoker.
It's a gas smoker.
It's a propane smoker.
But I'll tell you, Peter. But
Oh, it's a gas smoker.
it's
I
a
thought
gas
you burned
smoker. But
pellets.
no, I burned hickory, wood in
Chunks
of wood.
Yeah.
Okay, just to give it the flavor.
right on
Yeah.
to smoke it.
To smoke it.
It's just that it has a very light gas flame.
Exactly. It's next to nothing is the flame, and
Yeah.
I keep the chunks wet.
That's neat.
2
You
minutes.
can do it right on your deck. I mean,
I
it's
smoke.
safe, right?
I smoke. It's there year round. It's covered now, but
Yeah.
I mean the thing is like 5 feet high and 3 feet wide.
I have a few.
You have a few?
I have a few.
I love it.
It's ridiculous.
Can't have.
And you know something?
What
Correct me if
president
I'm
said
wrong.
everybody should have.
My
one or two
wife,
cookers?
my
We
wife
have-
is
we
like,
have-
you got to get some
We have
stuff out
2
of our
minutes. We have 2
backyard."
minutes, but
Let's
there's
talk about-
nothing better than just sitting there for 7 hours on my deck. I'm not kidding.
Yeah?
In and out, smoking a cigar, having a cocktail as I'm working it. It's
Yeah. Oh, it
must
enjoyable.
smell wonderful.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Listen, we got about a minute and a half. Your website address?
Is haverbeef.com. Again, we are located right downtown Haverhill, 117 Merrimack Street.
It's the part of Haverhill where all the action is right now.
It's all the action right now, totally. The new Heights building, a lot of transformation.
Great new garage,
downtown Haverhill. New garage.
building going up.
I was there a couple of days ago. Wonderful. You can't go wrong, Peter. You really can't.
Yeah.
You put a quality
Tommy,
product
I'd
out.
be remiss in saying, if you do go to Peter's website, go and look at cooking instructions. If you have any hesitation, a little bit of you're nervous about cooking a roast, your website is unbelievable.
And recipes. There's over 300 recipes on there.
How many?
300.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Peter,
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys. You
Yeah.
know what you mean to us.
Great being here.
Brother.
All right.
Mikey, have a great week. To our viewers and listeners, as always, thanks so much for participating. Remember, next week we have a special show. Sal, the elf, is going to be with us in studio.
We're going to be here at 11 o'clock next Tuesday, correct?
Right, but it'll be airing next Friday.
Next Friday we'll be on.
With that being said, remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone.
And the word America, everybody, and I'll tell you, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Italian word.
Have a great week.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.